Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm bringing you guys your new Blu-ray DVD shopping guide and reviews for February 11th, 2020. So I'm a little late this week on the video, guys. I don't really like to talk about like when I leave town, just because you never know who's watching, and I get really paranoid about that. So I don't really like to discuss and mention. But last week I did go and visit Portland. I've driven through Portland, but I've never really visited. I got to check it out a little bit. I was only there for three nights and 2 days. And I went to a Blazers-Spurs game, and that was fun. And I kind of just checked out a lot of stuff. I went and saw the new Star Wars movie. I liked it. I'm not a Star Wars nerd, but not that in a derogatory way. But I'm not like super into the movies, like a huge fan, and I know everything about them and all that. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun action movie. There's a pretty good story. Lots of action, lots of fun. Like, I thought it was fun from beginning to end, really. I really enjoyed it myself. Just kind of hung out, went out to eat. We went to the Tillamook Cheese Factory in Tillamook, Oregon. If you've never been, you're not missing out on anything. It was an hour and a half drive. I didn't feel like it was really worth it. So anyways, came back home Friday, and I live in the Boise, Idaho area, and came back Friday. And I was planning on, Friday really hitting the reviews and getting ready for this week's video. And there was I think it had snowed, and then it was warm, and there was flooding. The interstate was closed. We were going to try to take an alternate route to get home, but then I found out the interstate was closed to get to the alternate route. So then my phone had routed me a different way. So I tried to take that way, and it was every way we went, just the roads were closed because there was just so much flooding. And we just kept going, and we're on these backcountry farm roads, and we just kept running into closed roads, and we weren't having any luck. And I was just getting super frustrated because the drive to Portland was less than 400 miles. And so eventually I found a way home, and it was about 600 miles. And just because we were driving and backtracking and stuff, instead of the 7 hours it took to get to Portland, it took 12 hours to get home. It was a rough day. I've driven when we go and visit my wife's family in Iowa. I drive for almost 24 straight hours, but you're prepared for that. I really was not prepared. Of course, too, if you just keep driving, of course, that's a lot easier than just oh, the road's closed, and you're just really frustrated trying to find a way home. And so I had to get home till late Friday night, and it just really, I didn't have a lot to review, but it really just threw me off. And then just trying to get back into the swing of things. And, I know it's kind of, it's hard to really plan for these kind of events, but, I'd just like to apologize because I am a little late on the video. I would definitely like to have it up before Tuesday morning. So if you guys want to use any of this information to help you guys out on Tuesdays, it's kind of the point of the videos. So I hope you guys can forgive me. Like I say, it just was kind of out of my hands at that point. I did my best to get home, and I made it home, but I was just I was dead tired when I got home, just ready to go to bed, and then going back to work and just trying to get back into a rhythm. I was not having a lot of luck. But let's get into it, guys. There's actually a couple good releases this week. Not a huge week for movies. But first up, we have Swamp Thing, the complete series. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Walmart, $22.96. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target, $22.99. It's also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $19.96. Best Buy and Target, $19.99. Now, Warner Brothers did send me over a copy of Swamp Thing, the complete series, to review for you guys. Now, unfortunately, this is the complete series. It only lasted one season, and it was on the DC Universe, that kind of pay subscription service that they have. So this is 10 episodes. I don't think they're quite an hour. I'm not sure the exact runtime, but they're fairly long episodes. And this is the origin story, a little bit of the origin story of Swamp Thing, and then it goes into just kind of a regular show after that. But we start with this swamp. I can't remember where they were exactly Louisiana, and it's a swamp, and there's kind of like a lot of shady stuff going on there. Um, and this guy ends up getting like shot, and he falls in the swamp, and he becomes Swamp Thing. Now, now besides just the shady things that are going on, there seems to be a lot of supernatural things going on, which I was kind of surprised. I always say this, I'm not a comic book nerd, and again, it's not derogatory, but I don't know a lot about the comic books and the history of things. I do kind of remember watching the old Swamp Thing show, but I really don't remember anything about it. But there's a lot of just real supernatural and weird things going on in this kind of mysterious swamp. And there's actually a lot more gore than I would have expected in this. Not that it's like super over the top detailed gore, but there is a lot of just like blood and blood spraying and splattering, and a lot more than I would have expected. Now, besides just the creation of the Swamp Thing character, we have people trying to find him to create like medicines and stuff, and we have another person like kind of trying to just figure out what happened, and there's this disease in the town, and they're trying to figure out how it relates to the swamp. So there's really a kind of a lot of moving parts in this one, but I really enjoyed this, guys. I'm very disappointed that it only lasted one season, but I gave this one a 4 out of 5. It's definitely a lot of fun. Like I say, action, sci-fi, supernatural, comic book, just kind of has everything going for it, guys. I really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5. Check this one out. Next up, Shutter Island is releasing on a 4K and Blu-ray Steelbook. Now, I believe this is the only way to pick it up on 4K. I don't know if maybe they'll release a regular later. It's a little strange the way they did that. They're also doing the same thing with The Hunt for Red October, releasing it on a 4K Steelbook, but not a standard 4K. But Amazon and Best Buy $24.99, Target and Walmart no listing. Now, Paramount Pictures did send me over a copy of Shutter Island for review. I did post an unboxing of this one. If you guys want to check that out, just search for Shutter Island on my channel. Now, this is the only way to pick it up on the 4K in this Steelbook for now, at least. And I had never seen this. This is the 10th anniversary of the Martin Scorsese film Shutter Island, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It also has Mark Ruffalo, Ben Kingsley, kind of a really great cast. In this one, Leonardo DiCaprio is an ex-soldier, and he's become a U.S. Marshal, and he goes out to this kind of like this insane asylum for the criminally insane, and it's like on an island, and this woman has disappeared, and he has to go there to investigate like what happened to her, or find her, or whatever happens. And his partner, played by Mark Ruffalo, they go out there, and they get out there, and everything's real strange. Like, the people are strange, lots of strange stuff going on. There's several mysteries to solve, and there's like conspiracies and just lots of stuff going on. It does have kind of a crazy twist ending, and I really enjoyed this movie, guys. I thought it was a lot of fun. Leonardo DiCaprio's great, Mark Ruffalo's great, Ben Kingsley's great. Everybody in this was great. It was really well done. I really enjoyed this one, guys. I give it a 4 out of 5. Next up, The Great War is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $14.99. Walmart no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Best Buy $13.99. Target $14.99. And Walmart no listing. Now, Lionsgate did send me over a copy of The Great War for review. I did post an unboxing of this one on my channel. If you guys want to check it out, just search for The Great War. Now, this one does have Ron Perlman. I don't think I knew anybody else really in this one. And this is a movie about World War I. And the soldiers are kind of on this mission. And there's this group of, they call them Buffalo Soldiers. And it's a group of African-American soldiers. And this is before, the civil rights movement. And, a lot of people really thought negatively of these soldiers. And, they were kind of felt like they were below them. And you guys know kind of the history of the world and, how things were. But somehow these guys get separated and they get lost behind enemy lines. And they end up like kind of bunkering down on this hill and holding down this hill. And this other group of soldiers is sent to rescue them as kind of more like a publicity kind of thing. They don't want all these soldiers to get killed just because of the publicity. I don't think they really care too much about the soldiers. And so These guys are sent to go find him, and it's kind of like the closing days of World War I. And you know what, guys, I never heard the story. You know, it was an interesting movie. Towards the beginning, you know, I was real iffy on a lot of the stuff they were doing, from the cinematography to the effects to the acting. As I got into it, it did improve somewhat, and you know, the acting, you know, it's okay. It wasn't too great, but the movie overall, you know, I think it was okay. I gave this one a 3 out of 5. Next up is Ford v Ferrari. This one's releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99, and Amazon no listing. Also releasing on a 4K Steelbook exclusively at Best Buy. It will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. I did pre-order this one for in-store pickup. I think my wife said she's going to go pick this up for me today. So I'll bring you guys an unboxing of that one as soon as I can. It's also releasing on a 4K Gallery Book at Target, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. Also releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. I do find it interesting that they're not putting a DVD in this. It's kind of a popular big movie, you know, one of the movie of the year contenders, and they're not putting a DVD. And so I'm wondering if they're going to kind of stray away from including DVDs with Blu-rays. It's just kind of a thought. Walmart $24.96, Best Buy and Target $24.99, Amazon no listing. And it's also releasing on a DVD, Walmart $19.96, Amazon, Best Buy and Target no listing. Next up is First Love, releasing on a Blu-ray and DVD, Best Buy $16.99, Amazon and Target $17.99, Walmart no listing. It's also releasing on a DVD, Amazon, Best Buy and Target $14.99, Walmart no listing. Now, WellGo USA did send me over a copy of First Love for review. I don't even know what language this was in. This was in Japanese. What the heck? It says it's an English dub too. I did not even realize that. I watched the Japanese one, and it also has English subtitles. This one had a 109-minute runtime. Now, this was about this guy, and I think these guys were like the Yakuza. They were talking about the Yakuza a lot, but I don't know that they ever said specifically like I'm Yakuza or whatever, you know. But that was kind of what I was getting, that they were in the Yakuza gang, and this drug deal's supposed to go down, and this one guy has this bright idea. Well, I'm gonna go steal the drugs, and he gets this cop to help him. And then there's this other woman who her father took out a loan, I guess, from the Yakuza, and now she's had to sell herself into sex slavery to pay off the debt. They keep her almost captive, and she like makes dates on this app, and then they pay her for sex, I guess, to pay off the debt. And there's another guy who's a boxer, and I mean, to me, there was just a little too many moving parts in this. Just so many different characters with like all these different things going on. It's a little hard to keep straight. Of course, the language barrier never really helps in those kind of situations. But I just felt like, you know, it was too many characters with too many backstories going on that I just really had trouble kind of following it. So the boxer and the woman who owes the money for her father, they kind of end up together, and they gotta basically fight everybody in the whole movie to not get killed. And you know, there was some fun action, and there was some comedy. Some comedy, like it seemed intentional, but some of it I kind of wondered if it was like accidental comedy. I did find myself laughing quite a few times for a movie that I don't think was supposed to be extremely funny, although on the back here it does say violent and hilarious, so maybe it is supposed to be funny. I don't know. It was one of those things where I was questioning a lot. Are they trying to be funny, or it's just kind of accidental? Like I say, some good action and fighting scenes, and just some kind of really weird stuff that happens. And like I say, my biggest complaint is just that there were parts where I was just having trouble following, like even the plan of what they were going to do. They were going to steal the drugs, and then somehow they were going to blame it on the girl who was held captive. And I didn't really get how they were going to do that. And like, of course, everything with the plan goes wrong. It's an interesting movie, guys. I gave this one a 3 out of 5. Next up, Vibes is releasing on Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $8.99. Walmart no listing. No Mercy on Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $8.99. Walmart $9.02. Hudson Hawk releasing on Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart $8.99. Next up, When a Stranger Calls. Now this is the old school one, not the one from, I would like to say a few years ago, but I feel like it was probably more than a few years ago. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart $8.99. Kind of a crazy movie. I've seen it before. It's been a while. Next up, Ultraman Orb: The Origin Saga is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Best Buy $9.99, Walmart $11.90, and Target $11.99. Next up, Hell on the Border is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Best Buy $14.99, Amazon and Target $17.29, Walmart $17.38. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Best Buy $13.99, Target $14.99, and Walmart $15.11. Next up, Line of Descent is releasing on a DVD. Best Buy $11.99, Amazon and Target $13.29, Walmart no listing. Now I did review this one, guys, before. You guys can find that review on my channel by searching for Line of Descent. And I thought it was an okay movie. I don't remember a lot of the specifics about it. I know Brendan Fraser had a small part, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. Last film of the week, guys, Bigfoot Down Under, releasing on a DVD, Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $13.99, Walmart $16.77. I would like to check that one out. I don't know if I will ever get the chance, but definitely right up my alley. But that is it for this week, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you guys have seen any of these movies, love to hear your thoughts on them. If you plan on picking any of them up, love to hear which ones down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check out the videos, and for more movie news, check out my website, BobsMovieReview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.